Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Freldren, and today I decided to do another Star Trek video. I didn't have anything else planned today, so I figured I might as well just go over my current Starship build. It is a work in progress, and I'm trying to do my best to use my knowledge of the game for the past, was it like 13 years I've been playing kind of on and off, and to build my own build based on my knowledge and see where it goes. Um, like I said, it's not a complete build yet. There's a lot I want to do. I got some parts I need to upgrade to max, quality, rarity, and stuff. There's a few parts where I'm not sure if I want to keep them or not, and things I want to switch out. There's a couple pieces I'm working on getting, so I have to get those. But yeah, other than that, let's look at the ship. All right, so this isn't what it normally looks like. I went to the ship thing earlier and I just set it back to default. Well, it's not named default. But anyways, as you can see, it's called the Terran Monitor Miracle Worker Carrier. And so this is a carrier build. I love playing pet builds in most games, and I love the carriers in Star Trek Online, so I figured, why not? And as you can see, I got a lot of stuff, ranked up. Most of the stuff I'm keeping. Some things I might change out later on. As you can see, like most of my weapons aren't really all that upgraded yet. That's one of the things I'm kind of debating on whether keeping or switching out for something else. And yeah, one of the main reasons I chose this ship in particular is for a couple of reasons. One, it's a carrier ship. Plus, you get access to these specific hangar pets, which I think are decent. I do not have the better versions yet. The best versions are the fleet ones, and I don't have those yet. So I'm still working on that. That'll take me a while. But the other reason is, since this is a Miracle Worker ship, it gets an extra Universal Console slot. And then when I upgraded it to a Tier 6X, it gained another Universal Console slot. So instead of having 12 when upgraded, it has 13. So it has the max amount of console slots you can get. And to me, the order of all of these slots didn't really matter as much, because I knew I'm going to be replacing most of those conventional ones, like say this right here. I might keep this, I might switch it out for something else, but this has to go into an engineering slot. All these other ones are pretty much universal, can go anywhere. And yeah, so I the layout of the console slots doesn't really matter as much for my build. And this is, my primary focus is making my hangar pets better, and as well as getting a lot of access to a lot of pets and stuff outside of hangar pets. And I think I've done an okay job on that so far. There are some things I don't have, and I'm looking into getting, that I'm not really sure where to get them, and that I think might fit pretty good, but I don't know, we'll see in the future how that works. There's lots of other stuff, I'm not done yet with. Well, like, I only got like half the set here. I'm working on getting the rest of the Iconian set. I just need the warp core and the shields. The main reason for that is because 3-piece set, increases one firing energy weapons, 5% chance to plus 10% energy weapon damage to team for 8 seconds. Stacks up to 3 times, and that includes hangar pets. And then the 4-piece set affects friends and self. It says 0 kilometer team, but that's because I'm on ground. It's not going to say all the right stats sometimes. 2 minutes recharge time. Okay, so it's an activation ability, but it says 2 team. This includes hangar pets. plus 33% all damage for 30 seconds, plus 20% maximum hull for 30 seconds, and plus 10% flight speed for 30 seconds. So that's good for me. It's good for my pets. So yeah. So yeah, I just need to finish getting that. I have them working on them from the reputation set. As for the weapons I've got right now, some of them are kind of like I might get rid of, might keep. I was thinking about doing a torpedo build, but I'm not sure this ship is exactly built right for a torpedo build. I mean, you can. It's very slow turning, but there's stuff that you can increase turn rate and stuff. I have done that a bit with like this console right here. Plus 26.2% flight turn rate. Very nice. Definitely needed that. Let's see here. I do have some console pieces that are parts of sets and stuff. I'll probably end up keeping the console piece, even though I don't use the weapons and stuff. Like this one has a 3-piece set. It's got the mine launcher and a refracting beam bank or hyper dual beam bank. That's what this one right here, and the mine right here. And I don't really use mines a lot. They're okay, but if I end up not using Tetrions for this build, I'll definitely be getting rid of the mines and the beam array. But I'd probably end up keeping the console for certain reasons, mainly because it gives the exotic particle generator, so exotic particle damage, gravity well and stuff like that, drain expertise, drain shields faster. Plus, it's got that 10% accuracy rating for beam weapons, which is pretty good. And yeah, so some things will stay, some things might go. I've probably said that a few times already, but a lot of consoles will be staying. Yeah, let's start up right here with this console. This one I actually found not that long ago. I was just kind of looking through the exchange as stuff, and when I saw this, it was like perfect. Gotta get this. It gives pets gain plus 22.5 bonus torpedo damage, and my hanger pets do torpedo damage. They get torpedoes. And let's see what else. So pets gain plus 2.5 weapon power and plus 40% per rank of hanger pet. So every time a hanger pet ranks up while in battle, it gets a plus 40%. It also gets the same thing for max weapon power. So, and obviously, for most of you who know, weapon power means more weapon damage. And this also has another thing on it. I chose this one specifically because there was different variations of them. This one came with a plus 37.5% photon projectile weapon damage. And this increases both for myself and I believe for my pets, because I believe, this is one of those things where, my 13 minus a few, whatever years, on and off again, memory from playing this game. I remember that things like increase to specific types of damage or like generalized damage can give your hanger pets also that increased damage. So my pets get it, but I also get it because I know I currently have a photon torpedo. So I am getting that photon torpedo projectile, weapon damage increase. So yeah, things like this, I'm looking out for. You only have one of these on your ship at a time, which makes sense because otherwise, I'm pretty sure it'd be overpowered. Let's go to the next one. Let's see here. Okay, so this one I like. This one is also one I found recently. Again, I was just going through Exchange, finding stuff. Decided to look at the Universal consoles, and this one, the Athen Prime Fleet Museum Beacon. I'm not sure what this one's from. Might have been from like a lockbox or something, I'm assuming. Um, yeah. Okay. So plus 7.5% cooldown recharge or reduction on all bridge officer abilities. So obviously, the more the faster you can use your bridge officer abilities, the better. Plus 6 starship damage control. So that's hull regeneration, which is always good to have. And plus 6 shield regeneration. So having those regenerations is always good to have. But the main thing I got this for, other than the cooldown time, is the fact that I can use it to call in a hero ship. And as you can see, there's several, they're random. And, all your classic ships, Voyager, Defiant, Enterprise A, D, Stargazer, Saratoga, and Lexington. But yeah, it lasts for 60 seconds. And that's pretty good. So as long as you have that in, it's doing damage, all that good stuff, helping you out. It's another pet. 2-minute recharge time, which is pretty good. So, yeah, so that's another pet I have. All right. Now this ship is kind of it's not slow, and it's probably not the worst on turning radius, but it's still pretty down there. So I had to grab this console. I've used it in past builds before, um, on my bigger ships. So because it really needs it sometimes. But plus 5 inertia, and then plus, this is the main part I got it for. Plus 15.8% flight speed. You want to be fast, get to the targets quicker, and then you also want to be able to turn. And this has plus 26.2 flight turn rate, which is definitely needed on bigger ships. And then a bonus of adding 7.5 of my weapon power, 2 engines as bonus power. So that's a free plus 7.5% increase to my engine's power. So that's good. Okay, right here we have, this is part of the set right now. Again, if I get rid of the weapons, I might still keep this because it gives me shield power settings, which is always good. Gives me exotic particle generator, more damage from exotic abilities like gravity well and stuff like that. Drain expertise, so draining their shields. Also resistance from draining, which is always good. But yeah, and then the accuracy 10 is always good. Next one we have the universal console dispersing nanite probe assimilator. Okay. Um, plus 5% max hull capacity. Good to have more hull. Plus 5.4 starship control expertise. So again, more damage with control. Well, improved control effectiveness. And resistance to it. So that's always good. And then the ability on this it's a 2-part thing. I got it mainly because it technically falls under the pet category, I guess. Because when you activate the ability, it does plasma damage and a big AoE around the ship, 3 kilometers. Plasma damage, does a dot damage, so it ticks away at their hull and stuff. When the enemy dies, it creates ramming Borg allies when they're defeated. So I guess it says right there. But yeah, it does a lot of plasma damage, 3-kilometer radius. It does a bit more plasma damage over time. Yeah, it says right there, if affected foes is defeated, it is assimilated for up to 45 seconds. And then the assimilated ship uses tractor beam on a random foe that chases them down and detonates in proximity. So it's kind of a temporary pet, Um, and you have to time it right. Use the ability, hope you get the kill while the ability's active, and get that free temporary ramming Borg ally. So it's got a 2-minute recharge time, which is pretty good. Next piece, this is also part of a set. If anything, I only plan on having the 2 pieces. If I keep the weapon. The weapon is, what was it, this one? Yeah. It's omnidirectional, Tetrion beam. It's good to have omnis on the back. But the main reason I have this activated, or as a console, plus auxiliary power, always good to have. Shield capacity, always good to have. Now this gives crit chance and crit severity based on my auxiliary. And having auxiliary is really good for hanger pets. So I always have my auxiliary cranked up anyways. It allows for them to come out quick. Hanger pet dies, you call them out again. The recharge time is always reduced by having more auxiliary. But also with this, I also get crit chance and crit severity, which is really good. Then plus 3% shield resistance. So next piece here, I just have the 1 piece on here. Let's see. So I got crit chance and crit severity increased. Always good to have. More weapon power settings, so more damage. Damage control, so passive hull regen and control expertise. So I got improved control effects, resistance to the same. So I've got quite a bit of that for control expertise because I do use my gravity well a lot. I use my tractor beams quite often also, and having that extra resistance to it is always good. All right, so this console here, the automated heavy Tetrion emitters. The main reason why I have this on the ship is it came with this ship, and my current idea is to use the Tetrion build, so I have it on here. So plus, is that 6% Tetrion damage, plus 6, Starship drain expertise. So I do use my drain abilities and shield drain abilities often. Probably not as much as I should, but I use it occasionally here and there. And having the ability to resist is also good. Then obviously it gives me Tetrion damage for my Tetrion weapons. But it also has a clicky ability, an AoE, Tetrion, and shield drain. Chains to other targets, so you get multiple targets with this. All right, so each 2 seconds for 20 seconds to 2 random foes, 1,322.4 Tetrion damage, an additional 1,200 shield drain. If foe nearby shield facing is 10% or lower, also chains to an additional random nearby foe, and applies a 10% plus 10% increased Tetrion damage to self and 30 seconds, or for 30 seconds, stacked it up to 50%. So every time an enemy that this is hitting gets down to 10% and lower for their shields, it jumps to another nearby enemy, and the damage increases by 10%. So about up to 5 enemies total, because it's 50% max. So that's pretty good. So it's also another drain ability I use. So this and the shield drain, the normal bridge officer ability, I'll use these. All right, so the next one, let's see here, plus 2.6 power to all subsystems. So it's all my subsystems, weapons, shields, engines, all that good stuff. Plus 26 Starship shield capacity. So, more shield capacity is always good. And then plus 7% Cooldown reduction on bridge officer abilities. So that's another one that's good. I believe, yeah, I got 2 of those, I believe, right? I believe this one, yeah. I don't know if they stack or not. I've never really actually taken the time to check the timing on that. So 7.5 and then 7. Oh wait, oops, wrong one. Right here. 7. Okay, so yeah. Um, this is just like more shield capacity, recharge time, and all sub power systems. It's always good to have more power to all subsystems. You want to get as much of that as possible. All right, our next one is another pet one, but it also comes with a plus 3.2% shield hit points, and then plus, well, it says 0 because I'm not in space. Shield resistance scales down when my hull goes down, so less hull I have, the more shield resistances I have. But the main part I got this for is for the summon combat pet. This is from Lockbox, I believe. Creates a Voth power subcore which attempts to follow within 2 kilometers for 30 seconds. Every 6 seconds to 3 random foes within 10 kilometers. 198.2 plasma damage every 1 second for 3 seconds. On expire, Core Breach deals 3,306.1 kinetic damage to all foes within 3 kilometers after a 6-second delay. So that's pretty good. So it's another pet. It doesn't last as long as some of them. It's only 30 seconds, but it can do a decent amount of damage when you're using it. So, all right, next one. Let's see, what's this one? This one, Universal Coordinated Engagement Solutions. Okay, yeah. So plus 20% damage. Owned pet weapon firing cycle. Get that right first. Blah, blah. And so yeah, plus 20% owned pet weapon firing cycle haste for 20 seconds. Now I believe this only works on hanger pets, but I'm not 100% certain. I'll have to read through this. Okay, so it's a big AOE. Again, words. It's a big AOE. You'll see it when it's activated. Within 5-kilometer radius, up to 10 allies. You get a plus 10% bonus all damage, and plus 10% extra per ally affected. So that's for 30 seconds. Max up to 50%. Plus 20 all damage resistance ratings. 20 extra per ally affected, 30 seconds. Max 100. That's pretty good. Plus 10 drain expertise. And plus 10 per an extra ally up to max 50. Control expertise, 10% extra for more allies, 50 total. So that's pretty good having all that, abilities I use. I use control abilities, so having that control expertise is good. I use drain abilities, that's good. All the bonus damage and resistances is really good because that affects me and my pets. And then to non-player allies within 5-kilometer radius, switches target to your current combat target for 30 seconds. Does not affect other players' pets. So it's just like if there's an NPC in there fighting alongside you, which there are usually in most missions, they will also attack your target because basically you told them to using this console. Next one. Let's see. This one is okay. I got this one because I wanted a torpedo plus some of the stuff it gives me. So it gives me extra. It gives me more max hull hit points, weapon power settings, auxiliary. Weapon power, more weapon damage, auxiliary, control stuff, and pet recharge time. And then this bottom part, minus 5-second shared torpedo recharge time. I only have 1 torpedo, so it doesn't really affect me. It doesn't work with mines as far as I know, because usually it'd say mine on there if it worked with mines. So if I were doing a torpedo build, I'd have more torpedoes on here, and they'd have that shared -5 second torpedo recharge time, which would be good. So if I do end up making this more of like a torpedo build, I definitely want to keep this console. Um, yeah, that's the main part for that. I've got you know, um, right now I've got the Advanced Terran Valkyrie Fighter Squadron. They're pretty good. They're decent. I don't know if they're the best. I mean, obviously they're not the best because they're only the advanced version. Still working on getting the fleet version. That's gonna take me a while. Um, yeah. See, I got Temporal Negotiator. This you got from. I believe the only way you can get this is from doing Temporal Officer, and you unlock it from doing like getting like certain amount of the progress from temporal officer stuff done. But yeah, this is bridge officer power reduction reduced by 50%. So or recharge time and stuff. So if I'm like really needing an ability like gravity well and it's not off cooldown yet, I can get there quicker by taking 50% of that time off. I believe this has a 5-minute recharge time though, so gotta use it wisely. And this just adds 25 to all of my power levels. Again, you want as much power levels as you can. I can't remember the recharge timer on this one though. It's like 5 minutes. 3 minutes. Not bad. So every 3 minutes I can use it. This is another pet. Basically, I can call in, one cruiser and 3 raiders for 45 seconds. Pretty good. It's nice. It disables all foes within 12 kilometers for 8 seconds. So basically, they're just not firing at you for 8 seconds. It's pretty nice. Yeah. Again, another pet I can have. And I believe was this 2-minute recharge time or 3? 5 minutes. Okay, so still, it's pretty good. So I've got like several things that gives me pets, and I got my hanger pets, and that's what I'm kind of going for. Increasing their damage, increasing the amount I have, and stuff like that. I think there's another thing. Yeah, I should show that one. Right. Where is it? Yep, this one right here. Okay, this one I got from another ship, another carrier ship, and basically it says that when I launch a hanger pet, I also get an additional Advanced Federation Valkyrie Fighter Squadron, and I can have up to 6 of those. So basically, it ends up making it so I just have more fighters. I can't really control these; they just kind of follow me around and stuff, fight enemies. I don't get control over them like I do with my normal ones. So, but yeah, more hanger pets, and they're basically the same as what I've got. They're just not the Terran version; they're the normal Prime Timeline version. And they are advanced, so that's good. I don't think they'd give me fleet versions of those. So I've got those going. And I've got a few other things in here I could probably go over at some point. Let's see. A lot of these things aren't really about the pets yet, so I won't go over everything. But I got recharge reduction on my photonic fleet because I am a science officer. So 20-second cooldown, really good. Really good to have. Get them up a lot more often. All right, so let's go look at the ship in the uh, customizer. All right, so every time you go into customizer, it just kind of resets your ship the way it looks. I know this isn't really a ship, you know, video. It's more of like me building, making my build, but the ship itself is kind of important. So I chose this one specifically. So might as well go over customizations. This is the Farragut option. Not bad. Old school style. Looks pretty nice. Get the Magellan, a lot more sharper. The Nebulous, um, very similar to the Farragut, I think. Anything really different. The cell's a bit different. Or the, not the cell, the deflector is a bit different. You got the Prime Universe monitor, which is pretty good. I do like the way it looks. You also have the mirror version. This is what it comes with because it is the Terran version. And I believe the rest of these I have to pay more money. Oh, no, actually, I can do that one. I can do the Phoenix. So, another old school looking one. That one requires money. That one requires money. Okay. I usually go with this one. I've customized the ship quite a lot to get very different looks to it, and I do like the base version of it. But I do like doing, what is it? Yeah, the Sovereign retrofit. I like the way that looks, but in a minute you'll see why it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'm keeping everything kind of the same way it is. It's got a lot of options. Kind of like some of them are, have to like buy other ships or whatever just to get them. But I like doing the Sovereign retrofit or just regular Sovereign for the materials because it gives you Vesta. And Vesta basically, as you can see, colors in the whole ship. So if I change this color, now the ship is mostly green. It still has this Terran part here. I can't change that unless I went to the thing and just chose the regular Prime Universe version. But I like having that on there. It's pretty nice. But also, still got these gray bits. Make those green as well. So if I just had the regular Prime Universe version, it'd just be all green. But I like having the little extra red in here in some of this from the Terran stuff. So, um, overall visual of the ship, I like it. It's kind of similar to some of the smaller ships, the early on ships, but it's like a big version of it, and it's pretty nice. So, yeah, that's about it in here. So hit apply on that. Um, let's go up in space so you can get a better view of it. All right. Oh, got a lot of stuff going on up here. You'll just activating abilities. But yeah, as you can see, stands out quite a bit in space here. Kind of depending on what angle you're at. And it being a decent sized ship, having some consoles for a turn rate, makes it a lot nicer. Before I had my turn rate consoles on here, and like I think I have a couple traits that gives me turn rate. Yeah, it was very slow turning. Um, Actually, there's a couple other things I want to go over in traits. Oh, there we go. There are a few traits I will always use. There's like two of them specifically, and for space. Um, the first one, Auxiliary power. Well, let me make that bigger so I can read it all. All right. Auxiliary power configuration defense. Now, this gives me an increased damage resistance rating based on my auxiliary power level. It gives me max hit points based on auxiliary power, and max shield capacity based on auxiliary power. And I have right now currently what I can have for max. Well, I could probably get more auxiliary power, but I'd have to sacrifice from the other powers to get that. And I really don't have much room right now to do that. But having this, very defensive based on my auxiliary power. Then I also always use this one. This is the opposite, the offensive version. Plus 5.5 bonus all damage based on auxiliary power. And plus 5.5 accuracy rating based on auxiliary power. So again, these two go hand in hand together, and I always use them like no matter what build I'm doing. The other two, I think, let's see, what is this one? Oh yeah, flight, turn speed, turn rate, and speed. Must have for this ship. Again, before it, it is barely turning, very slow. The other one right here is just straight up crit chance, or no, crit severity. So, yeah. These don't really matter. They don't do much. Some of them are defensive, some just do a little bit of damage and stuff. Well, I guess this one right here is technically another pet. See, deploy sensor interface platform. Basically just throws down a platform. It taunts the enemies. Yeah, it gains pull based on how many allies are nearby. So having a lot of allies nearby helps out. But it'll basically taunt the enemies. They'll start firing at it, and then once they get hit by the enemies, it'll start firing back at the enemies. So, yeah. Everything else, I guess, is mostly just defensive stuff right now. There's a couple of personal space traits I'm looking for. I know where they're at. They're in the exchange. But they cost quite a bit, and I'm still working on getting those. So, once I do my final build video, I'll go over those as well. I'll go to like everything into detail, even more. Sorry if there's some things I'm not going into detail on and not going over. This is not a full build yet. This is kind of a work in progress. So, kind of want to show off so far. And I think the best way to show it off is to do a patrol. And let's see. Let's go ahead and do let's do ninth rule. Ninth rule is a good one to do. This is also a good one to do if you're doing trying to get energy credits. You come in here and just farm it for items. You just sell them.
Sorry to interrupt.
All right, don't really need to listen to all that. All right, so we got a couple of allies.
Lead the way. Sure God will follow.
So let's see here.
Ferengi vessel, Marauder class. They've decloaked.
Let's roll that. All right. Got my hanger pets out. I can kind of just sit here for the most part. Yeah. Hey, you see all those weapons firing off with my hanger pets? Having that gravity well over there is good. Clicked all those items. All right.
Well, there's good news, bad news. The Ferengi.
All right, I've lost one hangar pet, or one group of hangars pets. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly how many fire out at that. Like quite a bit.
We've got.
All right. Yep, more enemies over here. Again, just kind of sit here. I'll use more of these ones once I get to like the main part of this. They have all these things I can summon. All these extra powers and stuff I can use. Alright. Now they're leveling up, so that console, we'll skip to this. The console that I got, this one right here, so they're up to, some of them are rank 1, some are rank 2. They got increased damage now from various things. Their torpedo damage is increased, their weapon damage is increased, so they are getting stronger. Now let's head up to the main area, the big fight. All right. So let's start activating stuff. Gravity well. Oop, hold on. Gravity well. Get all my pets out. Make sure everything's okay. Start firing. Bit bright. Firing everything off. Doing whatever. Just hitting abilities. Gaining boosts. Making so my dudes are stronger. The pets. So one of my pets exploding there. Let's use this. Get everybody grouped back up. See if I can get any, like, board ships in here. Here, simulated ships. Look at those attacking the enemies now. That's more pets out. Take some damage. Alright. There's a lot of things to manage in this. But it's usually not too bad once you kind of used to it. The gravity well out. This ability right here, increases my, everything's damage basically when I'm not in shredding mode. Oop, taking a lot of damage. I want to heal. Let's go ahead and heal. I sat still for too long. Might explode. The only one problem with just sitting still and firing stuff. Let your pets do everything else. Oh, hey, I got more pets. Never mind. Done. Let's grab some Iconium marks. But yeah, I probably was paying full attention. There's probably some stuff I could have done. More pets I could throw out there at the time. Let's get this. And all these items, just bonus. I'm gonna definitely use these towards getting the items I need on the exchange. Maybe that goes again, exploding. All right, so that's basically it. This being a work in progress, I still have to learn, timing on certain things. Using, this ability right here. It does damage to the enemies. Once they're defeated, I get more. Well, I get these assimilated ships, and they do their own thing. And getting that off at the right time. I need to work on that. you know, keep looking down here. I got all these things I can summon. I gotta get used to looking at for these. When their recharge time's down, get them up because they do a lot of damage. Um, and I do like having them in my build. Other things, I gotta make sure I'm looking down here, make sure this is on cooldown because this will help out with getting my gravity well up. I use that almost constantly. My torpedo spread 3 and my beam overload 2. I use these all the time. Having those recharged quicker and paying attention to those, and you do that. And like towards the end there, I was taking a lot. I was just sitting there taking a lot of damage because in this game, if you just sit there and you get attacked, you take more damage if you're just sitting there versus moving. And I need to work on making sure I'm using scramble sensors and jam target sensors because jamming their sensors so they don't attack you directly. That's kind of important because I'm trying to get my pets to do most of the damage, and it's kind of hard to do that while I'm dead because they're attacking me. I kind of want them to focus on like the bigger pets and stuff, or like this platform. I want to make sure I got that out as soon as I can get that out. And then using my red matter capacitor so I get more powers. It's always good to do. I got all these other abilities, stuff that increases certain things, like this one, while I'm not in threatening stance, because I don't use threatening stance. Placate foes within 10 kilometers. So that's another way to keep them off of me while my pets are doing damage. But also, it gives a plus 3% bonus all damage per affected foe for 10 seconds. And I believe that also increases the damage from my pets, too, I believe. Along as well as this. This is from one of the consoles. It gives more damage and resistances and stuff. Drain and control expertise, which is really nice. So just figuring out all that stuff, getting them to, get them on cooldown and all that. Other than that, I gotta work on getting a few more, pieces. I gotta finalize my weapons. Am I gonna keep this, or am I gonna use that torpedo build I was talking about? There's a couple of space traits I still want to get from the exchange. It cost me quite a bit. I don't know if there's any other ship traits I want. There might be. I don't know. There's some other ones of these I haven't unlocked yet. I might want to look at. It might help out with pets. And then I believe in here, this right here. I'm not sure if it affects my pets or not. It affects me. I get resistance, subsystem offlines, turn rate, incoming whole heal and max hit points. It might affect my pets because it says affects friend and self, and a lot of times that means also your pets. So I'm hoping that does that. And that I got through the miracle worker. It's down here. You get like 2 ranks of it, and I'm not sure if there's any other specializations that will be better off for pets. I'll go through these and look at them, see if there is one. I believe one of these is pretty good for torpedo builds. I think it might be temporal. Can't remember. Well, energy and torpedoes. So, what was the other one? Man. 1% chance exposed target to torpedo exploit. Torpedo exploit gains plus 50 armor penetration. So yeah. So yeah, depending on what my final build is, I can't remember if I have say like a different one of these. I don't have the Miracle Worker one activated as my primary. Do I still get the uh, ability, or does that go away? It might go away. I'm pretty sure it goes away, so that would kind of suck. But wouldn't be the end. I still got these other abilities that helps out with stuff like that. And I think that is pretty much it. I am enjoying this build so far. I'm definitely enjoying this ship. It's not, like it's not the best ship overall for like hull capacity, speed, turn rate. It's one of those larger ships, and it does suffer from being slow. But and having a lower turn rate, but it's not too terrible, especially since I have the consoles in and like a trait that helps out with that. But yeah, I definitely will do another video once I have everything kind of figured out and completed, and yeah, that should be good. I'm not sure when that will be. It might be a while. I got, I know it'll take me like at least 5 days to get um, uh, one of the pieces from this. I think I'm working on the warp core. I think I can get that tomorrow. This one will take me like 5 days to get. Because I have to get like, what is it? These, and you can only get one of these a day from this. I already got one for today, and I put it in here. So I'll get one tomorrow. Put it in here. That'll be done. And then I got 5 days of getting more of those. So kind of sucks. You only get one a day. So yeah. Obviously I need to get more marks to do that. And then as for like the traits I want, I think it's like somewhere over like 100 million that I need just for 2 traits that I want. And they're decent traits. One's a definite, the other one's more of a, it's good to have on most builds, and I'll go over those when I get them. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else I wanted to go over. So yeah, thanks for watching my video. If you liked it, please leave a like. You got any comments, or you got any questions, or maybe anything, like suggestions on like what I can change or maybe do a little bit better. Stuff like that. Put that down below in comments. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.